हेलो एवरीवन। आज हम लोग एम एल अग्रवाल क्लास 12 के अप्लाइड मैथ्स बुक से एक्सरसाइज 9.5 पॉइजन्स डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन का कुछ सम्स प्रैक्टिस करने में। तो क्वेश्चन नंबर 1, फॉर द पॉइजन डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन फाइंड पार्ट 1 P2 given lambda equals to 0.7. Here is the solution. P2 equals to e raised 0.7 into 0.7 whole square divided by factorial 2. As we know, the formula is PR equals to e to the power minus lambda into lambda to the power r divided by r factorial. This is the basic formula regarding this chapter. E to the power minus 0.7 is the value of 0.497 into 0.49 from here by 2 equals to 0.1218 approximately. On the second part, P3 given lambda equals to 2. So P3 equals to e to the power minus 2 into 2 to the power 3, 2 cubed divided by 3 factorial. It means 0.135 into 8 divided by 6. It makes 0.18 approximately. Question number 2. Suppose a book of 614 pages contains 43 typographical errors. If these errors are randomly distributed throughout the book, what is the probability that 10 pages selected at random will be free of errors? There is a solution. R equals to 10. R equals to number equals to 10 pages जो selected randomly selected बोल दिया है, and lambda equals to 43 into 10 divided by 614, which is approximately 0.7. Therefore P0, क्योंकि आपको कोई डिफेक्टिव नहीं चाहिए, फ्री फ्रॉम एरर्स है, इसलिए P0 इक्वल्स टू ई रेज 0.7 इंटू 0.7 डिवाइडेड बाई 0.7 रेज 0 डिवाइडेड बाई 0 फैक्टोरियल 0.497 इंटू 1 डिवाइडेड बाई 1 मेक इट 0.497. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन नंबर 3. Experience shows that 1.4% of the telephone calls received are wrong numbers, and determine the probability that among the 150 calls received, 2 are wrong numbers. Here is the solution. Lambda equals to 150 into 1.4 divided by 100 equals to 2.1. R equals to 2. R equals to 2. Thereafter, P2 is equal to e to the power minus 2.1 into 2 to the power whole square divided by 2 factorial. So e to the power 2 minus 2.1, its value is 0.122 into 4.41 divided by 2, make it 0.269 approximately. Question number 4. If 2% of the books bound at a certain workshop have defective binding, find the probability that 5 books out of 400 books will have defective binding. So P equals to 2%, which will make it 0.02. N equals to 400. So lambda is equal to n into P. 0.02 into 400 make it 8, and R equals to 5. Therefore P5 equals to e raised minus 8 into 8 to the power 5 divided by 120. E to the power minus 8 makes it 0.0034 into 4096 into 8 divided by 120. 8 sub divide karo, 8 ones are 8 15s are, so which will make it 0.0928. Now question number 5. It is given that 3% of the defective electric bulbs are manufactured by a company using Poisson distribution. Find the probability that 100 bulbs will certain no defective bulbs. So p equals to 3%, which will make it 0.03, and n equals to 100, which will mean lambda is equal to n into p. 0.03 into 100 make it 3. Therefore p0 equals to e to the power minus 3 into 3 to the power 0 divided by 0 factorial. E to the power 3 minus 3 makes it 0.05 into 1 divided by 1, which will make it 0.05. Number 6. The mortality rate for a certain disease is 0.007. Using Poisson distribution, calculate the probability that two deaths at a group of 400 people. So p equals to 0.007, n equals to 400, r equals to 2. So lambda is equal to n into p. So 0.007 into 400 make it 2.8. Therefore p2 is equal to e raised minus 2.8 into 2.88 whole square divided by 2 factorial. 0.061 into 7.84 divided by 2, which will make it 0.2391. Question number 7. A computer disk manufacturer tests this quality on random basis before approving it, and the approval is based on the number of errors in a test area on each disk and follow Poisson distribution with lambda equals to 0.2, and what is the percentage of the test areas having two or a smaller number of errors, here lambda equals to 0.2, and r equals to less than equals to 2, hence the required probability equals to p0 plus p1 plus p2. Hence e to the power minus lambda into 0.2 raised 0 divided by 0 factorial into e to the power minus lambda into 0.2 raised 1 divided by 1 factorial plus 0. E to the power minus lambda into 0.2 raised whole square by 2 factorial. E to the power minus lambda taken as common, 1 by 1 plus 0.2 divided by 1 plus 0.04 divided by 2, which will make it e to the power minus 0.2 into 1 plus 0.2 plus 0.02. E to the power minus 0.2, its value is 0.819 into 1.22, make it 0.99, which will make it 99%. Now question number 8. A statistician records a number of trucks approaching a particular intersection of analyzing the flow of traffic. He observes that on an average of 1.6 trucks approach the intersections. Poisson distribution model the, the intersection of every minute, assuming that the number of trucks approaching the intersection follow a Poisson distribution model. What is the probability that 3 or more trucks will approach the intersection within a minute? So n into p, here n into p equals to 1.6, r is equal to greater than equals to 3, and n into p, which will make it lambda. Here is the required probability p3 plus p4 plus pn, p5 plus pn. So we can find it in a different manner, 1 minus p0 plus p1 plus p2, which will make it 1 minus e to the power minus lambda into 1 by 1 plus 1.6 raised 1 by factorial 1 plus 1.6 raised whole square by factorial 2. So 1 minus e to the power minus 1.6 into 1 plus 1.6 plus 1.28, which will make it 1 minus 0.202 into 3.88, 1 minus 0.78376, which will make it 0.21624. This is the total solution, entire solution. Question number 9. The probability of a man aged 35 years will die before reaching the age of 40 years may be taken as 0.018. This is the probability. Out of a group of 400 men, now aged 35 years, what is the approximate probability that two men will die within the next 5 years using e to the power minus 7.2 equals to 0.00747? So p equals to 0.018, n equals to 400, r equals to 2. Therefore, lambda equals to n into p, further equals to 0.018 into 400, make it 7.2. So p2 equals to e to the power minus 7.2 into 7.2 whole square whole divided by 2 factorial. So e to the power minus 7.2 value is given 0.000 into 747 into 51.84 whole divided by 2, which will make it 0.01936 approximately. Now question number 10. Assume that the probability that a bomb dropped from an aeroplane will strike a certain target is 1.5. If 6 bombs are dropped, find the probability that exactly 2 will strike the target, and part 2, at least 2 will strike the target. So p equals to 1 by 5, n equals to 6, and lambda is equal to 6 into 1 by 5, make it 1.2. Therefore, for part 1, r equals to 2. Exactly 2 will strike the target. So p2 is equal to e to the power minus 1.2 into 1.2 raised whole square by factorial 2, which will make it 0.301 into 1.44 divided by 2, make it 0.216. And for part 2, at least 2 will strike the target. So r is less than or equal to 2, which will make it p2 plus p3 plus p4 plus p6, क्योंकि 6 बॉम्ब्स या मैक्स टू मैक्स डाले हो, तो इसका एक डिफरेंट अप्रोच यहाँ पे दिखाया गया 1 माइनस पी ज़ीरो प्लस पी वन, which will make it 1 minus e to the power minus 1.2 into 1.2 raised 0 divided by 0 factorial plus 1.2 raised 1 divided by 1 factorial. So 1 minus 0.301 into 2.2, which will make it 1 minus 0.6622, 0.3378. So here is the conclusion for the first video. Please do follow my second one coming up shortly. Thank you everyone.